Welcome to your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard, and today I've got a special announcement. So, for the last few weeks, I've been working on a special little project for the month of October. Now, of course, October means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. For example, apparently it's Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, American Pharmacist Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Cookie Month, and strangely enough, National Diabetes Month. Cookie Month, National Diabetes. Okay. And also, apparently, there's something at the end of the month, something where people just dress up. I don't know, some kind of like national cosplay event at the end of the month. I don't know, whatever. But for us anime fans, though, there's a few things that happen as well. So, for example, the character of Umizaki Naruto celebrates his birthday on the 10th, and Krillin from Dragon Ball celebrates his birthday on the 29th. Of course, we also have a brand new season of anime coming up pretty soon. Very excited to watch and react to that, of course. Also, fans will recognize the 3rd of October as Full Metal Alchemist Day. But for me, though, when it comes to October, my big day, or I guess rather days, is the 4th and 5th, also known as Umineko Day. Uh, Not to spoil too much here, but those 2 days in particular are when the major events happen in the story. That is Umineko no Naku Koro ni, otherwise known as When the Seagulls Cry. So, just give a bit of history of Umineko. So, the visual novel was first released in 2007 under the title of Legend of Golden Witch, or Legend of the Golden Witch, excuse me. It's a murder mystery that focuses around the Ushiromiya family as they're going to their annual conference on Rokenjima Island. I probably butchered that name, I'm sorry. While trying to ride out the typhoon that is passing over the small island, the family has many strange encounters with the Golden Witch, Beatrice, or Beatrice, if you will. So, got into Umineko roughly about 10 years ago when the anime premiered. I had heard that, or read that it was being done by the same people that did Higurashi, Higurashi no Naku Koro ni, and I really enjoyed that series. It was really kind of a messed up series, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And so I figured, well, might as well go give this anime a try. And for the most part, I enjoyed Umineko, but I do remember, like a lot of people were complaining that the anime had left out a lot of critical details that were found in the visual novel. So I was just kind of like, you know what? I'll just read the visual novel and see what I missed. So yeah, I eventually managed to acquire the visual novel not too long after the anime was finished. And, to be honest with you, I was never really an avid reader, growing up or even now, honestly. So I never really got into too much with the books, much less visual novels. In fact, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure Umineko was the first and only visual novel that I've read, and I haven't even finished reading it yet. So, that being said, I really enjoyed the atmosphere that Umineko presented with the music, with the sound effects and things like that. It really added to the experience. In fact, honestly, I'm not even sure if anything like anime or movies or anything can really compare to it. So, if I had to read anything, I would prefer to read a visual novel. So. Not so much with the light novels. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about books or anything. Books are great. It's just not really what I'm into. But any case, like I said, I really enjoyed the atmosphere that the visual novel presented. Wasn't too big on the character designs. Some fans, I'm sure, somewhere love the original designs. I'm not really too big into it. I mean, it didn't really put me off or anything. It just, I don't know. Compared to the anime, it wasn't really, in my opinion, my personal opinion, wasn't that good. So, as I said, I did read up to episode 6, or got up to episode 6. because that's all I could really find at that time. I think the site that I was getting it from, I can't remember if it shut down or maybe it just stopped uploading after a time, but basically I just couldn't get my hands on episode 7 and 8. I think I did eventually read up on episode 8 rather. I think I read the manga. I think that's what it was. And so I do have a good idea what happens at the end. And maybe I spoiled myself. Maybe I won't enjoy that part as much. But episode 7, though, I think there were some crucial things that happened in episode 7 that I still don't know about to this day. So I would really love to get up to episode 7 and read through that. In any case, so yeah, fast forwarding to 2010, Japanese fans were they were treated to a PS3 adaptation with updated sprites and voice acting, which I thought was freaking awesome. I would love to have had that. But of course, I was never able to acquire that either because I didn't have a PS3, still don't have a PS3, much less a Japanese PS3. Fast forward a few years later, eventually it was released on Steam, and I purchased it roughly about 3 years ago, and I was trying to upload the PS3 mods to it on my old computer, and I think I ran into some kind of issues, like it wouldn't launch the game or launch the application at all whatsoever. So I kind of just gave up on it. Fast forward to this year, I get this new computer. I download it on this computer, and everything seems to work fine. So, okay, the PS3 sprites, voice acting, everything seems to work fine. So that brings me to the point of this video. As I'm sure you could probably guess, for the last few weeks, last month actually, I've been reacting to episode 1, just reading through episode 1 of the visual novel. And I was hoping to have a few more episodes done by now, but I've been sick for the last few weeks as well. It's really hampered my ability to do much of anything. I've still managed to do reactions and stuff like that, but I was really hoping to have at least episode 3 done by now. But it is what it is. Things happen in life, and beyond that too, I was also working overtime, so that was fun. So in any case, I plan on uploading at least 2 videos on YouTube featuring some of the reactions, highlights of my reactions. Each episode will likely be about 10 to 20 minutes. I know episode 1 for sure is going to be closer to 20 minutes, and I plan on having that uploaded by October 4th. And then hopefully, knock on wood, have the next one uploaded by October 5th. Now, I may end up splitting that episode, so that one will probably be around 10 minutes or so. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But if you want my full reactions, be sure to check out our Patreon. Those reactions, I've got about 9 videos total for that for episode 1. Each episode or video is going to last somewhere between 1.5 to 2 hours. And I plan on having at least the first 2 videos up on Patreon roughly around the same time as I do with the YouTube videos. In addition to being longer videos, on the Patreon videos, I do get into a little bit more spoilery stuff because of the fact that I've read, pretty far ahead, and I've got a little bit of knowledge of episode 8. I do have a little bit of spoilers in there as well for Patreon. I'm trying to keep that out of YouTube as best I can, but I do have a little bit more spoilery stuff to talk about on Patreon. So again, be sure to check that out. And I would say for Patreon, I would say that these are uncut episodes. That's not quite true because, of course, I did have to cut out some things. Once again, I was sick during that time, did a lot of coughing. Tried to cut that as best as I could. And, and also, too, I had to, get up, use the restroom, eat something, whatever. And this was also recorded over several different days as well. So you'll probably be seeing me wearing different shirts throughout the videos, YouTube or Patreon for that matter. So, but yeah, like I said, 9 videos are planned for that. I plan on having the first 2 relatively soon, and then the others will be released throughout the month of October. I don't plan going any further than that. I should have everything up before October ends. So, in any case, I really hope you join me on this adventure. Umineko, again, it was really awesome experience from what I've had so far. So I really hope you enjoyed us, whether it be here on YouTube or whether it be on Patreon. And of course, if you have other suggestions of other visual novels you want me to read, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I would prefer, though, two things actually. Preferably, I would like to be able to download them legally, purchase them, download them legally. I just want to keep this as legit as possible. I would love to read Fate Stay Night, but from what I'm aware of thus far, I don't know of any legal way to purchase that. So if there is a way, though, to do that, by all means, let me know, because I would love to do that. I'm a Fate fan, of course, right? So, I've got a lot of Fate stuff around here, so I would love to do that. But if there is a legal way to get it, that or any other visual novel that you want to suggest, please let me know where to find it. And another thing, too, Umineko is kind of, for those that don't know, is kind of depressing. There's some lighthearted moments, of course, but overall, it's kind of depressing at times. So I would like something a little bit more lighthearted, comedy. Something I can laugh at. I'm pretty sure there's a Konosuba light novel. I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's a legal way to get that or not, but if there is, by all means, let me know. If there's something even closely related to that, something I can just laugh at and have a good time with, that would be great. So if you guys got any suggestions for those, once again, let me know down in the comments below. And with that being said, I really hope you join us, and we'll see you next time.